The story of Job is one of the most profound narratives in the Bible, exploring themes of suffering, faith, and the mystery of God's ways. Job, a righteous and wealthy man from Uz, was known for his unwavering faith in God. He had a large family and immense wealth, and he regularly offered sacrifices to God, fearing that his children might have sinned. Job was respected and considered the greatest man among the people of the East. In a heavenly scene, Satan, the accuser, challenged Job's faith before God, arguing that Job was faithful only because of his prosperity. God permitted Satan to test Job, first by taking away his wealth and children. In a single day, Job lost everything: his livestock, servants, and all his children. Despite this, Job remained steadfast, worshiping God and saying, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." Job did not sin by blaming God for his losses. Satan then sought to test Job further by afflicting him with painful sores all over his body. Job was in such agony that he sat among the ashes, scraping his sores with broken pottery. Even as his wife urged him to curse God and die, Job refused, saying, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" Throughout his suffering, Job did not sin in what he said. 3 of Job's friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, came to comfort him. They sat in silence with Job for 7 days, overwhelmed by the extent of his suffering. When Job finally spoke, he cursed the day of his birth, expressing deep anguish and questioning why he was born to suffer so greatly. His friends, believing that suffering was a result of sin, tried to convince Job that he must have done something wrong to deserve his misfortunes. Eliphaz suggested that Job was being disciplined by God. Bildad argued that Job's children must have sinned, and Zophar harshly accused Job of hiding his sins. Despite their insistence, Job maintained his innocence and expressed frustration that God seemed distant and silent. As their dialogues continued, Job's speeches shifted from addressing his friends to addressing God directly. He questioned why the righteous suffer while the wicked often prosper, and longed for an explanation from God. Job expressed his faith, stating, "I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth." After his friends had spoken, a young man named Elihu, who had been listening, argued that suffering can also be a means for God to teach and refine people, not just a punishment for sin. Elihu urged Job to trust in God's wisdom, even if he could not understand the reasons for his suffering. Finally, God spoke to Job out of a whirlwind, questioning him about the mysteries of creation and the universe. God's response reminded Job of the vastness of his wisdom and the limits of human understanding. Humbled, Job acknowledged God's greatness and repented for speaking about things he did not fully understand. In the end, God restored Job's